So what's another week back? How do you feel better? I would assume this week as opposed to.
Yeah, it's definitely getting better for sure. Like last week, I mean, we're just taking it one day at a time. You know, seeing how practice goes each and every day.
But what would tell you that you're ready to play?
I mean, the confidence with, obviously with my neck and this, from getting symptoms in certain movements or, contact and stuff like that.
I know in 21 it was special for you to go back to San Francisco. 5 years removed now, 6 years removed from last being there. Is it still special to play that team?
I mean, yeah, I still know some guys on the team, you know what I mean? I got some good buddies on the team, and, it's always going to be fun, being able to go against them and see them on game day.
Buck, watching that defensive effort last week, what were your takeaways from it, and is it frustrating at all to not contribute to that?
Yeah, definitely frustrating. I mean, it's been frustrating, obviously. The whole time on IR, you know what I mean? Besides the Atlanta game, any away games, I was traveling with the team and stuff like that, and being on the sideline, just trying to help as much as I can. And obviously, the competitor I am and what I know I can, give to the team. I feel like in certain situations, in a lot of those games, I feel like I personally could have made, some type of impact to try and change the outcome of the game. But, it is what it is. And, I know the guys they've been, busting their tails off, each and every game. And, we've been close in a bunch of them. And, we just got to find ways to finish.
In your experience, what's the difficulty of trying to snap I guess this is a 4-game skid right now. You guys have been close in, I think, just about every single game. Well, as these losses start to pile up, what is the difficulty in getting that?
Yeah, it's really just the details when it comes down to it, you know what I mean? In certain situations, executing in certain situations, and I feel like that's kind of been the thing that we've been missing a little bit towards the tail end of the games. We kicked that 60-yard field goal to get up, and they got about 40-some seconds with no timeouts left. I mean, defensively, we got to get off the field. We know they can't get a field goal. We got to keep them out of field goal range, and we didn't execute. So.
Well, nobody knows how you feel other than you. You'll be the best, like we say, if you know when you're ready. Mm-hmm. But how do you balance? There's only 3 games left, mm-hmm. and you want to get out there. These are playoff games, but. Can you have to avoid rushing yourself to get back? Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's one of those injuries that's very serious. You know what I'm saying? And it's definitely a heavy burden on myself. I'm making a decision. Obviously, I know what's at stake, and but also I know what's at stake for me long term in my life. You know what I'm saying? And so you got things you got to weigh, and like I said before, I'm going to go through these this week of practice, and. We'll see how it goes.
How do you guys kind of focus on the details and the task at hand this week and not get caught up in playoff probability and scenarios and all that kind of stuff?
It's simple. We got to win this week. We're focused on the Niners, keeping all the outside noise out and just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do. When we start worrying about all the other things or, we need this team to beat this team and to help us out, we got to help ourselves first, and that starts this week.
So you've been in the league for a number of years now. What's different about Phillip Rivers, I guess, all these years removed versus facing him years ago?
I don't see anything really, much different. What's it called? He's never been able to really move in the pocket, back in 2020. He said it himself, you know what I'm saying? But, but between his ears, the knowledge of the game and what he has and what he brings to the table, he's going to be a Hall of Famer for a reason. And, you saw it on Sunday. Phil still got some juice in him, and, we're going to squeeze every ounce we got out of him the tail end of the season.
All right, I appreciate
this.
It
might be a little underhanded. You had down the candy stripes after IU beat Oregon. What happened to Taekwondo? We haven't seen anything.
That's a great question. I don't know. Thank you for reminding me about that. Yeah, I definitely need to figure out what's going on with that because he did say that he needed to do some stuff. I know he sang the alma mater one day, but I thought there was going to be some attire with that as well. So we're gonna have to circle back on that. Thank you for reminding me. I appreciate that.
Investigative journalism. See. What's up?
So you are a man that stays hydrated.
JT, do you Do you think, like, so last week's game plan, like Shane was even saying, is like, you know, we had a very specific game plan, play close to the vest and all that. Do you feel like, without giving it away, do you feel like it will evolve this week?
Oh, definitely. I mean, like you said, you have to play it kind of the way we did last week, just to protect everybody. I mean, just the situation that we were in, and obviously you want to protect Phillip. I mean, you trust him, you know that he's more than capable, but at the end of the day, just that time removed is that time removed, and this is a very physical and demanding game. So definitely just getting some more practices under his belt would definitely help going on to this week for sure.
His ability to change plays and stuff, you think that can help spark the running game? Like one of the ones that he changed last week was like a 9 or 10 yard game for you.
Definitely. That's something he was doing even back in 2020. I'm excited just because I know the book inside and out now. That was a little rough, 2020, and not having any on-field reps, and then having Phillip coming in, and now he's changing entire plays while you're still trying to learn it. So it's exciting for me now, especially because, like I mentioned, myself and other players who played with him on offense, it's like, hey, we know our book now, so we're ready for any and every call he could bring up.
Phillip's talking about like growing after getting just 3 days of practice last week going into playing the game. Have you sensed anything, just maybe like kind of expanding or just like feeling a little more fluid within this offense even after 1 day of practice this week?
Yeah, I think it's about more being fluid. I mean, you can always grow, but I mean, Phillip, it's so much ball he's played. He knows everything inside and out. It's just about getting familiar with it again, and like you said, having some more fluidity to it. So I've definitely seen that over the past couple of days.
You see somebody looking from the outside, like a fan, will look at what you did early in the season, spectacular games, and just pure numbers, and say, well, what happened to this guy? Obviously, it's more nuanced, right? So how do you view how this season has gone? Is that just the league, or just, I don't know, what do you feel?
No, that's definitely the league. Obviously, you would love to have, if you have a season like how we started, especially for myself in particular. I mean, you're on track for a crazy season. But defenses also catch on. Defenses make adjustments. We have to do the same as well and find a way to continue that high level of play. But at the end of the day, like you mentioned, this is the NFL, and I guess that's what you want. This is a good problem to have, because you want people to say, hey, what is going on? Why are you not getting 3 touchdowns? Why are you not going for 150 yards? And then you start having games that, a good back in the NFL would have, and it's like, hey, what is this guy doing? So I guess those are good problems that you want to have.
How much more normal does this week feel with Phillip being the starter for a second straight week and maybe not all of the NFL world descending on him?
Especially for me, it's kind of just going back to normal a little bit, because like I said, I was used to, playing a whole season with Phillip. So some of the younger guys probably is still like, man, I'm playing with Phillip Rivers like this. Probably still a bit of a shock a little bit, but not as much as last week. But for me, it kind of came full circle, and I'm so much more appreciative of it now. I think my rookie year, it was definitely shock. I mean, your first NFL quarterback is, a Hall of Famer, but now it's like, man, I get another go around with this guy. I'm not a rookie anymore. So you just want to play your best and be at your best for Phil. So it definitely is a bit more calm down though this second week.
You talked about appreciating more. Is that along the same lines as just making the playoffs? Because you made it as a rookie, and you probably think after that, like, this is what we're gonna do every year. I don't know. Did you have a greater understanding of how hard it is to win at this time of the year to get into the?
Oh, well, definitely, especially after the first year. I mean, you coming in your first year and you go 11-5, I think we win, and you're like, oh, like, let's do this. And then you realize, like, the small margin of error, the small margin there is for error in this league. So it fuels us. It fuels me. I mean, everyone wanted to win for Phil as well my rookie year, but like I said, we got for us, guys who played with him, we got another chance. So it's like, man, we want to do right by Phil. We want to do right by Mr. Irsay. But it's, like I said, it's a full circle moment. So like I said, not a rookie anymore. So you just want to be at your best for Phil.
How difficult is it to just kind of focus in on the task at hand this week and the details of this week's game plan and not get caught up in playoff probability and scenarios and all that kind of stuff? How do you kind of block that out?
I think because we realized the only way to get to where we want to go, which is the postseason, is you got to knock each and every single week out. I mean, you have to be at your best from here on out every single week. The games that matter are the ones in December. So if you start looking too far ahead, you're going to miss the opportunity to get there that's right in front of you. So I think we kind of all understand that and understand it's going to take this entire week of practice, this entire week of preparation in order to even give ourselves a chance on Monday to go out there and make it happen.
You know, you have those your explosive runs have been kind of like your calling card, but there's also, you can have a 6 or 7 yard run that is also a successful play, I guess. How do you view that, and do you appreciate the small wins when when the numbers aren't big?
Yeah, you definitely do appreciate the small wins, and you just look at, your aiming point, your footwork, your ability to make people miss in tight spaces, to say, hey, how did I create here? What was I able to, what was given and then what was created? So I think that's a big portion of being a great back in this league is your ability to create.
He's kind of maximizing the play.
Yes.
I know you guys aren't going to be on the field at the same time, but yourself and Christian McCaffrey, two of the best backs in the league. You guys are in top 3 in scrimmage yards this season. Probably doesn't come up now, right? You're not focused on San Francisco in the moment. But does he ever come up in the offseason where you're watching and trying to pick things up from the other great backs in the league?
Oh, definitely. Christian is one of those guys who kind of changed the game. Of course, we've had backs in the past who've done things that he has done, but he was able to raise the bar and take it to a new level. You see younger guys now, and I don't want to say that they're emulating his game, but kind of similar play styles like Bijan, Gibbs. So just being able to see what he's done for the game, I'm very appreciative of it, especially being a fan of all running backs. So much respect for Christian and what he's able to do and what he's still able to do. I mean, he's having a great season, and I know it doesn't seem like it because some previous years that he's had, but if you really watch the tape, he's having a really great year.
Thanks, Jonathan.
No, thank you.